We need to build our car for combat.
How am I supposed to make that safe?
I recently saw Formula One's trailer. It felt amazing. It felt like I am seeing something new, something fresh. Unlike the other 3-minute presentations or 2-hour feature film filled with rapidly edited shots and old chart toppers. In my opinion, this trailer, teaser to be correct, works on every level a teaser should. It excites you by introducing you to the film, giving you a sense of what this film would be like without ruining the experience by revealing a major plot point. This last point is very crucial, as too often trailer tells us everything about the film, ruining the movie-going experience instead of building up excitement for the upcoming 2-hour adventure.
एक ही साइकिल में 2 अलग-अलग एग्स फर्टिलाइज हुए हैं, इसीलिए आप दोनों ही बाप हैं।
To me, it's really funny because studios work so hard to keep their projects a secret and then suddenly decide to give everything away in promotional material. Take Gladiator 2's trailer as an example. It fails to build up excitement for the film. The trailer makes it seem like the movie lacks a certain quality which was present in the original. Trailer gives away too many things.
Whose head could I give you that would satisfy this fury?
Many key points of the film are revealed through simple dialogue.
The general will do.
They may have even given away the most amazing fight scene of the film. Now compare this to F1's trailer, which barely has any talking. You see so many racing scenes but can't put your finger on which scene will take place when. If you remove the legacy and ask people which trailer made them feel something, they will probably say Formula 1. And even if they dislike the teaser, they will certainly remember it for its unique style. This serves the most fundamental purpose of a trailer, to make your movie stand out from the rest. That's something I can't say about the Gladiator trailer. Now I don't want to dissect the trailer in detail here, as I don't want to ruin the experience for when the film is released in the theaters, but I think you get the point I'm trying to make about it. Why are trailers like this? Why does the very material that's meant to excite you end up making you regret watching it? I've dissected the problem into 3 pieces. We'll go into them one by one, taking examples of good and bad trailers along the way, and how they use the elements for their own benefit in a positive or negative manner. This is the biggest reason why many people simply hate watching movie trailers. They show too much. They show to a point where the viewer has seen everything before watching the film. It's trailer like this which makes a theater experience worthless. Why I am going to pay for a film that I know all about. I know the start.
So to become an Avenger, are there like trials or an interview?
Do me a favor, can't you just be a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man?
I know climax.
I'm gonna need the suit back.
But I'm nothing without this suit.
If you're nothing without this suit, then you shouldn't have it.
And I also know the ending.
The guy is still out there. I've just got to do this on my own.
Now give me one single reason to pay for a movie. It's things like this why many people, including myself, have stopped watching movie trailers. Or at least I only watch a teaser of a film and judge whether I will watch it or not.
No smoking here.
जलाया तो नहीं ना?
Runway 34 is a good example of a good trailer, as this 3-minute trailer sets the perfect tone for what this film will be about. It starts like a typical aviation film set on a disaster. We are introduced to the film's characters, the accident that took place, and the following courtroom drama. In the second half, things get twisted, as we are introduced to the drama behind the accident, including the blame game and the motivations of those who benefit from it. This adds depth and mystery, making the audience more interested in the film. I know many people would have left the trailer halfway, thinking it's another disaster drama. Those who stuck got to see a well-crafted trailer. Another bad habit of trailers is that they showcase the film's best moments to get the viewer excited. This often leaves the viewer disappointed when they see the actual movie because the most exciting scenes have already been revealed. Even the filmmakers are pretty annoyed by this. The director of Jurassic World was disappointed when the marketing guys decided to put Chris Pratt biking with the raptors in the first trailer. This moment is very important in the context of the film, he said. The whole film builds up to this moment gradually, and to give it all away in the trailer is just stupid in my opinion. Like, who the fuck decided to put Wonder Woman in the previous trailer. Wouldn't it be amazing if she just appeared out of nowhere in the climax? The woman who we were seeing in the movie for so long was Wonder Woman all the time. That's why I like the trailer for Kill. The film revolves around a man fighting everyone who stands in his way to save his loved ones. The trailer only gives us glimpses of what the movie offers, mostly focusing on the opening act. This type of trailer excites the viewer by introducing them to the plot while also keeping the major secrets inside the box. A lot of the time, trailers show the actual story of the film too much. Instead, they should be telling the viewer about the plot and the way the plot is presented in this film. That is certainly the difference between a good and a bad trailer in my view. If there's anything equally important as writing and filming the story, it's the edit. It's the edit which dictates the pace and the rhythm of the narrative. Break it and the film feels like a random collection of shots. Do it right and the audience will sit through a 3-hour movie without any complaint. Now almost every trailer is edited in the same way. Fast, flashy cuts, some iconic song in the background,
I don't know anything about saving worlds.
actors saying lines which tell us something about the film or the characters,
Trust me, kid, I'm no hero.
and sound effects. Lots and lots of sound effects. Have a look at the editing of literally every action movie trailer. I can guarantee that even if you swap a few scenes of one trailer with the other, it would still make sense as they all follow the same style. It's like they all download their template from the same website. I've seen the same hero poses and villain monologues so many times I've lost count. That's why I really like a trailer that does something unique. Take the Furious 7 trailer. They almost showed the entire sequence from start to finish, giving a good sense of what this film is going to be, what to expect if you decide to watch it. Now, of course, the movie has an advantage of being a 7th part. People are already familiar with the characters and the style of the franchisee, and the trailer used that as an advantage. Instead of introducing every cast member and their role, it pulls us straight into the action. Speaking of introductions, the trailer for मत को दर्द नहीं होता takes a completely different approach.
मुझे एक रेयर टाइप की बीमारी है, congenital insensitivity to pain.
Introducing us to the character of Surya and explaining his condition for nearly half the trailer. The rest of the trailer gives us pieces of what the plot will be like, highlighting the most important aspect that makes the movie worth watching, Surya and his unique condition. I feel like many trailers are made and certainly edited like an advertisement. They try to blurt out as much as information about the product as possible in a short amount of time, sacrificing the essence of the film in favor of style. Another thing that is very problematic in trailers is that they give the wrong vibe about the film. A trailer is like a promise given to the audience about how the film will look like, how it will sound like, and most importantly, when you sit on a recliner putting all your devices at rest, focusing on the images projected in front of your eyes, what it would feel like. That's why it's frustrating when a trailer promises to be fast, action-paced drama to later find out that the film is a slow one. That's something that happened to me when I was watching The Northman. The trailer advertised the movie to be some kind of revenge-driven, action-packed saga set in the Vikings era, but the film turned out to be different than what I expected of it. It turned out to be a slow, thoughtful look at Viking culture and revenge, focusing more on the characters in a battle than actual sword fights. But the trailer gave me a different impression of the film, due to which I was anxious the whole time, waiting for the action to begin and the movie to pick its pace. And when the sequences came, they fell short, as I had seen most of them in the trailer itself, and the film offered nothing new in this regard. This prejudice leads to disappointment when the film fails to meet the expectations you set for something that was never really there. And the film was not bad, in fact, its quality may be superior to what you had in mind, but you had a different image of what the film would be like by watching its misleading trailer. Take BVS for example. Trailer made it seem like it's some kind of action-packed movie where Batman and Superman will go toe-to-toe with each other. But it's not, and that's what makes it different from other superhero films. It's not about how they fight, but why they fight, which is explored in the film. This may be the reason why many people were disappointed after watching it. A woman even sued the creators of Drive for the very same thing. She expected an action movie filled with car chase sequences, but the movie turned out to be slow, moody drama with only a few moments of combat. She said that the creators lied to her by marketing the movie in a false manner. Speaking of marketing, why do comedy movies give all their jokes in the trailer itself? They fill the trailer with the best moments, the funniest jokes, which creates the buzz for the film.
कॉलेज में थे जब ये गाना आया था। अब इतनी पुरानी है।
35 से एक दिन ज्यादा नहीं लगती है मंजू जी।
लगती है।
But when you saw the movie, you find it flat. Firstly, because you have seen everything the film had to offer in the trailer itself. And secondly, by watching the trailer, you expect the film to be funny, but you saw the funniest moments in the advert. This leaves the rest of the movie feeling less engaging. It doesn't live up to that hype. Sometimes, trailers even show fake scenes which are not present in the original film to make the audience excited or to hide something that they want the audience to reveal in the cinema hall. While some people like this thing as it keeps the real stuff a secret while also informing the audience about the film, I am not in favor of this. To me, a trailer is like a promise, as I said earlier. You make it to show the people how is the film, what makes it special, why should someone invest in it. A trailer should be an actual representation of the movie as it could be, without ruining the experience of film lovers. So what's the solution? Many people now skip trailers for good and they go into the movie blind, trusting either the creator's name or positive word of mouth of the film. I watched some of my favorites not knowing anything about them at all, and it elevated my experience to a whole new level. Even the director of Knives Out told the audience to not watch the trailers if they wanted the full experience. And I suggest everyone to try this, especially if the film is a thriller or a mystery. Well, you can't skip watching all the trailers, or else you will miss many hidden gems. Avoiding them as much as you can might be the perfect answer. We live in a world where the first week, the first day collection has risen to significance. Word of mouth is almost dead, so trailers show too much to build up hype, which translates to box office success. The old In a World trailer were better in this regard, as they told the audience the plot, the world, and the characters on which the movie is based, instead of showing scenes to convey information as today. In today's world, where spoilers are everywhere, sometimes trailers themselves become one.
Dread it, run from it. Destiny arrives all the same.